blacktopped in the first place.
You need to be prepared to pay for it too.
Yeah.
Dave just texted me back, Wheeling Township is an absolute no. So.
Okay.
That's kind of what I got
Yep.
out of it that night, but he said they
Yep.
wanted more, and it's a no.
Absolute no.
For the bridge.
The bridge,
Okay.
the bridge there on.
Yep.
Alright, just wanna
Somerset
make
Road.
sure I'm understanding what the absolute no was.
Somerset
I thought
Road.
that was what it, but.
Yep.
Okay.
Also, Pittsford Township, east half of, Pittsford, we did paver patching. Is there seal coat? Okay, your dad didn't know.
I know he didn't, he questioned me on it too.
Yeah, he
like,
questioned me and I said, I don't have that contract with me right now, but I thought it was. I said, if we paver patch, I'm assuming
It is.
chip
Yep.
seal it.
Yep.
Okay.
I had a question in Hillsdale Township about the work we were doing on Hallett and Lake Wilson Road, and I'd forgotten that we approved the contracts in January.
Mhm.
And so I sent an email to the township clerk that, to let the board know that, yeah, we are doing the contract that everybody signed.
Right. I'm glad.
So I have some questions.
Okay.
I'll just make this statement. First of all, I went to the Camden Township Board meeting last night and I was pleasantly surprised to find numerous sections of Camden Road, like in that first 3 miles east of Camden, that had been paver patched within the last 2-3 weeks.
Yep.
Of course, now the question I ran into is, why didn't you pave the whole road? Well, it's,
Right. Right.
Yeah.
We are gonna seal coat it and fog seal it this year though.
okay, so that stretch that was paver patched, I mean, you're gonna do that entire 3
It'll
mile
be
stretch?
from,
The
the village
limit.
limits to, I believe it's Carpenter Road.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
that's kind of what I figured.
Yep.
And that was a question that came at the board meeting, and I didn't have an answer because I didn't know you were gonna do what you did,
Yeah.
and I was thrilled.
Yeah.
That was good to see. So in the village of Camden itself, you know, I hit the Camden village limits and there's potholes everywhere. And, some of them deep. Whose job is it to fill them?
The village of Camden.
Somebody's gotta kick somebody in the rear end over there and get moving because, I mean, there's some of them that are a foot deep.
You know, same thing right here in Hillsdale.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, yeah,
That section of Camden Road is a lot like, if you're familiar with Reading Road by the railroad tracks before they redid it, it's a lot like that, just potholes everywhere.
okay, so I was at Litchfield Township's meeting on Monday night. And supervisor asked me about County Line Road.
Okay.
Very northwest corner of the county. So there's a sign out there, so, you know, it's a road that I'd never been on before in my life. I decided I was gonna drive out there and see what they were talking about. So the first mile off from M49, it says Calhoun County maintains this.
And they paid that on purpose.
And the next mile, sign says Hillsdale County maintains it. And it's bad. We haven't even filled any potholes in that mile this year. And there's a lot of them. And so at the very least, we gotta fill the potholes in that mile of road, because then that mile comes to an end, and I think you're actually end up in Branch County at that point in time. And that's good. So you got this 1 mile that sticks out like a sore thumb between 2 miles of good road, or a mile on each end of it. And, you know, in addition to just paving the potholes, is bad enough that, my opinion, ideally it would be to pave the whole thing, and if we can't afford to pave the whole thing, then we at least ought to do some paver patching and chip seal on the whole mile. So, yeah, but at the very least, we need to get a pothole through out there and fill the potholes.
That has been a war between the counties for quite some time.
Yeah.
Because I drove that road a lot when I worked at the Andersons.
Okay,
And the Hillsdale section of it was better than the Calhoun section. The Calhoun section was bad, I mean, big potholes. And Calhoun, to their credit, they paved the whole section, the whole mile.
They quit 1 mile too soon.
Well, they didn't go into Hillsdale County, we'll put it that way, I don't blame them, I wouldn't pay for the Hillsdale County road either.
Sounds like we should've went out and moved the sign.
That's kind of what I thought, you know, but they immediately, after they paved it, they put the sign up that says, you know, this section of road is maintained by Calhoun County, just to, you know, stick our nose in it.
Yeah,
That's a primary road, I take it.
it is.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
primary.
So then, another question, you didn't mention this a month ago probably, when Blaine was here and talked about wanting to have the road in front of his property paved, and we basically said, you know, we need to do some research and whatever. Is there any new info on that, or
He is working with an engineer and in the process of designing plans. We sent him what our standards are and what we expect, and he's working with it. We told him it has to be 100% on you. You have to supply plans to us, we have to approve them. We will put like bids out, we'll, you know, orchestrate everything for him, but he's in the planning phase with his engineer. And we have not received any plans from him to review yet. So that's the latest
I
update.
suspected that was the case, but I just wanted to talk about it.
And if you get who has Amboy Township,
I do.
you do, if you get constituents, once we do the job, if they're complaining why the rest wasn't done, you can tell them he funded it 100% himself. He hired the engineer, he had him design it, like.
Well, shortly after he was here, this would have been in May, I was at their township board meeting, and I brought it up. And of course, the township board was surprised to hear, you know, that he was proposing to do that. The supervisor's reaction was, you know, if an individual wants to fund a project like this,
Right.
I'm all in favor of it. I'm not sure some of the other board members were all that thrilled. But I figured they needed to know about it.
For sure.
So that board, I hate to get into the weeds here. I thought there were letters sent out to homeowners along there. I would have thought that there was communication with the township when that happened. So for them to say that they didn't know anything about it, it just.
They did not, what I'm assuming is they did not know that it was gonna pursue just with Blaine. That he was going
They
to
didn't
fund
know
everything.
the outcome
Yes.
of, okay, alright.
Because
alright,
originally, when it was all of the property owners,
right,
we had the full percentage that we needed to go through with a special assessment, but then Blaine pulled his name, therefore pulling the majority of the percentage in favor out of it.
right.
But that's what they didn't know, I think, is
Right.
that Blaine was taking
They
it
didn't
upon
know
himself
that
to
he
do
had
it.
come back to us
Yes.
with another proposal
Yes.
to do just his property.
Did Bob ever give them a quote on seal coating Lake Dan, East Dan?
Yeah, I sent it to him back at the,
All the other interior roads too?
Yeah.
Showtime. They've got it?
Yeah.
Amboy Township?
yes,
does?
I had an email, I looked back through my emails when I sent it to all of them, and they have, and I think I resent it to them. And
So no
is,
response.
Betty Burkhart, is she on that board?
She's
Yeah.
the clerk.
She's the one that responded to me and said thanks, like, she
Okay.
received it. So yeah, they have all of them.
So it's in their court now.
And I didn't make their meeting last night, so I don't know whether they acted on that or not.
The problem there was, you know, that was all special assessment, but they didn't put anything in for maintenance
Right.
on the special assessment. So it's gonna be township.
And it's been, what, at least 4 years ago that that was
Yeah,
done.
it should,
22.
it should have been done a couple of years ago.
Can I start a new subject?
Sure.
How close are we doing limestone in Allen?
Oh, boy. Let's see that map here. Allen's gonna be one of the last ones to be done.
Oh,
Because they're
really?
working in Moscow, they'll go over to Scipio, then they'll go down to Woodbridge / west part of Amboy, then they'll go back up. Litchfield will be the last one, so Allen will be the second to last one.
Yeah.
Alright, So we haven't done anything. Alright. Pavement by Duck Lake Road. Bankers Road by 49. Pavement is all broken up there.
Oh, the approach coming off of 12 at Duck Lake. That's probably what he's talking about.
And then the lady that owns 9411 US 12, she'd like to have her drive, this lady that owns the campground.
Okay.
And her driveway is really broken up bad. Right on US 12. So I didn't know who took care of that. If we take care of that, then
If it's a maintenance issue and makes sense to do maintenance on it, but we don't get into driveways generally. But if it's something that's broke up like right along the edge,
Right.
we'll probably have to talk to Chris Kendrick, see if Chris Kendrick is okay with us repairing it. And I'll let Kevin know and he'll take a look at it.
alright,
And you said that's 9411 on US 12?
9411 US 12.
Okay.
That's it.
Have we heard anything on US 12 and Knowles Road, if they're gonna do that intersection?
I've not heard anything.
I thought that was in the plans.
I heard he's putting a roundabout in.
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
Before I leave, that's good. Okay. I don't know, we can touch base and see where Chris is with that. I know I sent him the drawing or whatever, and I know we got, well, I don't know if we have received the signs, but we ordered signs for, no passing on the shoulder to be put there, and then I think they're already there in Moscow, I think.
Okay.
And we're gonna actually put some signs at 99 and 34 too. But as far as the fix that we proposed, I have not heard any update on that.
Okay. It's getting worse.
Okay, any old business? Apparently that was the old business.
Right.
New business, manager's position, employment contract. I'll read what is final. It would be a 5-year employment agreement term, annual salary $130,000, effective the first pay period in October, not the first hire. 240 hours of annual vacation leave to be awarded the first pay period of October. Furnished all-wheel drive vehicle for official use. Just cause termination provision. Postpone the 4% salary increase scheduled for January 2027 per current CBA until the first pay period in July. And all other standard benefits provided to the administrative staff as outlined in the board policy. With the exception of the administrative bonus, no administrative bonus shall be awarded under this contract or agreement.
So I would move that we approve the employment agreement with Heather.
Support.
Is there any discussion?
I do have a discussion item.
Sure.
And seeing the contract, I did not see it till this morning. I assumed it was gonna be in the same format as the prior road manager, and it is not. It's different, so I don't know where this contract came from. I'm a little bit uncomfortable with approving it without us having read the contract and understanding the implications of any changes in there. I hate to say that, but I expected the new contract to be very similar to the old, and it is not. I mean, it's similar, but not similar enough.
It's not the same format, but it has the same stuff in it.
Well, the just cause termination is different, and that's specifically the clause I was reading. So it reads very different from the other one. And so again, where did it come from? I don't know where the contract came from, so. the general terms, I'm okay with, but, hey. So is there a downside to waiting to approve the contract until the 25th at our next meeting versus doing it today to hash those things out? I don't know, I don't know what the path forward is.
It would just postpone posting my position. That's the only, because it's not gonna affect pay or anything like that, or benefits.
Right.
It would just postpone getting somebody in.
And unless everybody else read the contract and they're good with it, I mean,
I would not have a problem and, whether we move to postpone or we move to table this and take it up 2 weeks from now, I'd be fine with that. Give everybody an opportunity to, read the contract itself and,
I'd say read this contract.
Yeah.
Then if we don't like that, then we can go with a different format.
and again, it's not so much I need a different format, I just want a clarification.
That everything's in it.
That it, because we're comfortable with Bob's contract and how those provisions are. So if there's any differences in this one, that we're comfortable with those differences. I guess that's where I'm coming from. Because again, I'm good with the overall contract and us moving forward. I just hate to pass something and then, not doing my due diligence.
I would move that we, table the motion till our next meeting.
Support.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. You okay with that?
Yep.
Okay. Good.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad you're not mad about it.
What good would it do if I was mad?
I do have a question.
Yes.
In terms of, posting, the vacancy down the road. And you had talked in our interview a week ago about, seeing, the new position being more like a project manager position versus, an engineer tech.
Correct.
Do you think we have anybody currently on staff that would be qualified to do that and apply for that position?
I think there's interest. There's
Okay.
internal interest in the position. And I guess I'm gonna be at the next board meeting too, but I would ask you guys, do you have any issues with us advertising on like Indeed or LinkedIn to get it out there farther, that maybe not putting it in the paper, because who reads the paper
Nobody
anymore?
reads paper.
Putting that money that we usually spend on the paper advertisements,
I wouldn't have any
doing it
problem
on
with that.
social. Is there any issues with that?
That's a great idea.
That's about where everything is anyway.
Right.
Anymore.
Kathy, do you have any input on that?
I'm thinking,
Or if you have any other platforms that you would suggest?
what papers do we put them in?
The Daily News. But that's where we advertise. And I think it goes onto a general like website or something, like it's a package type deal. They put it out on a website and in the paper. But that's what we always have advertised,
That's
all of our
very-
stuff.
That's very limited.
Right.
Right.
I think we do advertise on like MITA and we send it to Cray as well. But
Alright.
we might not do it on MITA. That might just be jobs. I think that's for bids we put on MITA, because MITA's like contractors and stuff, so
Right.
I think we just put it out on Cray.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I guess I'm okay with that.
Do you have any idea the size of the ad that we run in the paper and what it might cost us?
I wanna say, it's in your budget thing, your budget numbers. I wanna say it was $148 and some change when we posted this
I got a
job,
budget on this.
I think. It was not your budget, but your payables.
Yeah.
Cause
I know what you meant.
there was.
I think it's under local IQ out there.
Thank you. which I have no idea what, I'm pretty sure LinkedIn would be free, but I know Indeed you have to pay.
That gives us a lot more exposure.
I think so too.
Yeah, the daily news is,
Well, my thoughts are, you know, depending on the size of the ad, maybe we still need to do something in the daily news. But then again, maybe not, you know. I mean, there used to be some other alternatives, but they've all disappeared too.
Yeah.
It's $146.88 for this manager's position that they advertised. And it's through Gannett, Michigan, local IT. So it wasn't under the L, it's under Gannett, yeah, I should've, yeah, one of the
And a
others.
lot of other papers too.
And I'm sure we'll have somebody internal on it too, you know, which is good.
Right.
I don't see any,
I don't think we voted, did we?
No, there was no motion, no nothing.
You know, I moved, and you supported to
Yeah.
table.
Oh, this
Table.
part, yeah, the
Table.
minute, I thought you meant about the advertising.
no,
no,
Okay, yeah, we tabled this.
but we didn't vote.
I didn't think we voted on the
we
table.
need a vote.
All in favor, say
Oh,
aye.
you did.
Aye.
Yes, you
I think
did,
you
all
did.
of you were in favor, yeah.
Oh, we're
Because
ready.
then you looked at me and said, are you okay with that?
Okay.
After y'all
All
voted.
right, now,
I need to rerun this back.
and now we need to do a motion
Um,
for putting it into,
If you have to, yeah, that would be fantastic.
yeah.
I would say, yeah, to put it out there now.
Yeah, I move that we,
Well, hang on, before you do, you want me to put it, are you confident with me doing it before my contract's signed? Hiring my position, or do you wanna wait till you have the contract signed?
It's only 2 weeks, let's just wait.
all right,
That's what I was thinking. But, so if you want, you can make the motion at the next board meeting.
Yeah.
Where we post it, if that makes sense.
Right.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Public comment, got anything, Doug?
Not yet,
Not yet?
no.
Oh,
I've been taking notes, so, I'm good.
anybody else? Any questions? Nothing? We can stand adjourned.